The Kansas Bureau of Investigation rules no charges forthcoming in a JPD sniper shooting from last year. KOAM News at 10 is next. Now at 10, the KBI issues a 37-page report on a sniper shooting from last March, but issues no charges. Plus, Southwest Missouri firefighters got some real-life training when a 2-mile coal train catches fire. And Fort Scott, Kansas raids their closets and opens their doors for a citywide garage sale.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Elise Noe. Prosecutors say they will not seek charges on a Joplin police sniper who shot and killed a 2-year-old girl during a standoff in Baxter Springs, Kansas last year. The hostage situation happened last year in March and also claimed the lives of 2 adults. Police say Eli Crawford shot and killed a 27-year-old Taylor Shute outside their home before going back inside with 2-year-old Cleslin Crawford. When police later entered the home, they found both Eli and Cleslin Crawford dead. It was determined that Cleslin Crawford was killed by a bullet fired by a police sniper. The Cherokee County Attorney's Office has now completed its criminal liability review and determined the fatal shot fired was not reckless, so the sniper will not be charged. And Doug Hetty joins us with a first look at weather.
Well, it turned out to be a nice Friday for us today. Showers, thunderstorms late last night into the morning hours, but we need the rain, so we will take it anytime we can get it. We did have a couple severe storms. We don't want that, of course. And then sunshine, 87 above our average high of 85. Started at 64 during the morning hours. Record on this date is 98 degrees. Cooling down, look at Monette, 68, 73 Anderson, 72 in Pittsburgh. We have 70 Nowata. Chanute is sitting at 75. And it's still kind of hazy and smoky out there, but it's getting better. It's better than what we saw last night, and it will continue to improve as we go through the weekend. But not much going on here. We look pretty good, pretty quiet as we go through the overnight hours for us tonight. Now, we do have additional rain chances in the forecast, so of course, we're going to look at that all coming up here in just a bit.
We'll check in with you soon. A locomotive fire on a BNSF train served as a training moment for a Southwest Missouri fire district. Firefighters got the call around 7 this morning about a fire on a 2-mile-long coal train. Chris Bryant spoke with the fire chief about the rarity of this happening.
That fire was located here near Farm Road 170 and Railway Mile Marker 217. When firefighters arrived, the tail engine had smoke coming from the top.
But to have the engine on fire is not something you see every day.
While every fire is different, this one provides a unique learning opportunity.
These guys are getting their life experience, really. I've been the fire chief for 30 years, and I don't think I've ever been on a train car fire or engine fire.
But even with a new experience, previous training comes into play.
It's just no different than a car fire, other than it's hauling 6,000 gallons of fuel, and it's a monstrous beast, and trying to get water inside the metal is difficult.
While working each fire can provide valuable training, having the opportunity to go back and watch it over has some added value.
I set up my camera as soon as I got here, so I have 22 minutes of video of sitting on the tracks, shooting the scene. We'll be able to go back and talk about the different aspects as a training value. Really is priceless.
BNSF cleared the scene a little after noon on Friday. The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
Authorities say nobody was hurt and the fire did not damage any other train cars. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly directs flags be flown at half-staff in honor of the 22nd anniversary of 9/11. The directive extends through Kansas on all state buildings, grounds, and facilities from sunup to sundown on Monday, September 11th, 2023, to honor those who lost their lives in the terrorist attacks on September 11th, 2001. Residents in Fort Scott are doing a little cleaning ahead of fall. Today kicked off the city's annual citywide garage sale. Dozens of homes are selling their unwanted items, including furniture, clothes, electronics, and tools. Officials say they hope the sale will bring in lots of visitors.
I get energized about the garage sale because it allows them to clean out their garage or their house and hopefully make room for new things that they can go purchase from stores in town as well.
Most of the sales will continue tomorrow. Pitt State is starting a new program to help students adjust to campus life. Spark Wheel focuses on students who have been in foster care, experiencing food or housing insecurity, or balancing parenting while in school, or are facing other barriers that might affect their educational journey. And the goal of the program is to assess students' individual needs, help them set their goals, and check in with them each month.
You have the ability to improve your life through education, and we don't want, the lack of family support or the lack of stable housing to keep you from being able to achieve that degree.
Spark Wheel is a really helpful program, and I think every college needs to have it.
PSU is the first university with a Spark Wheel program. A Journey Z, a nonprofit organization in Joplin, hosted an event today called the Send Project at Joplin Avenue Coffee Company. The Send Project is oriented around sending others out to share the gospel and focuses on making a meaningful impact on their community. Journey Z is partnered with a Raise Coalition and Watered Gardens Ministry to gather donations. Those in attendance were able to enjoy food, live music, and games. Coming up, John and Brock get ready to break down the biggest games of the week in the latest edition of Friday Night Football. But first,
today is the kickoff of the Jomo Pride Fest. We'll give you a look into what is sure to be one of the most colorful days of the year coming up.
Going on now. Save up to $800 on top-rated adjustable mattress sets, or get 0% interest for 60 months. Plus, get a free Yeti cooler with qualifying purchases. Only at Ashley.
The Jomo Pride Festival kicked off today with its inaugural Pride Parade. KOAM's Anthony Saviello gives us a look.
For the first time, the LGBTQ+ community in Joplin kick off Pride Fest with a parade. According to Ron Birch, this parade is a significant part of bringing both the LGBTQ+ community and its allies together.
Joplin hasn't seen a gathering, a festival like this in downtown Joplin on Main Street ever. So I mean, it's a really big thing for the city. It's a big thing for us to, have a 100-foot pride flag that's the biggest in the Midwest unveiled during Jomo Pride Fest, especially during all the, the chaos that's been going on legislatively across the country. It's really big to come together and show solidarity with one another and support. So.
The parade itself had no shortage of attendance, and no shortage of color either. Colors that are also an important symbol within the community.
Even though we use it, it's a symbol for everyone, inclusivity for everyone, not just the LGBTQ community.
And what better way to display them than with a giant 104-foot flag? According to Birch, Pride Fest is not just for the LGBTQ+ community, and it welcomes all who wish to attend.
So we invite everybody to come out and celebrate, especially our allies, our supporters, because it's not just important for us to have, our gay friends and stuff around us. It's important for us to have people who support us, people who, want to elevate our community's voice and stuff like that around us as well.
Reporting in Joplin, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
Events will continue on throughout the weekend. Be sure to visit jomopride.org to learn more. A little later, it's a big night for area football. John kicks off the latest edition of Friday Night Football in just a few minutes.
But first, we got to check out the weekend forecast. We're going to look at that coming up next.
We offer pre-arrangement funeral plans at Bath Naylor and Frisco Funeral Home. Call us today.
Hi, it's Tommy with Heritage Tractor. Get the industry-leading John Deere 1025R tractor.
Craft festivals, getting a bite here or here, and watching show after show. Come on, take me to Branson.
Well, we got a little bit of rain out there this morning. Some of you got some decent amounts of rain. Some of you didn't get any at all, but at least a good chunk of us got some showers and thunderstorms during the morning hours because we need the rain. It moved out of here by the afternoon, looked pretty good, nice shot. This is Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Of course, Indigo, just southwest of Seneca, Missouri. All right, so I'm sure you've noticed the smoke, the haze in the atmosphere over the past couple days. It has diminished a little bit today, and it gets a little bit better as we go into the weekend. The heaviest of the smoke starts to drift off toward the west. There's still going to be a little haze out there Saturday and Sunday, but better than what we have seen. At the airport in Joplin, 0.13 of an inch, not much, but something, 1/4 of an inch for the month. Look at that. We're still almost 11 inches behind where we should be for this time of the year. Of course, all the rain out of here throughout the afternoon, but it did leave a pretty good stripe of showers and thunderstorms and decent amounts of rain of 2 inches plus just south of Chanute all the way down through Cherokee County, through about Seneca, and then into the eastern half of McDonald County. So some areas got some pretty good rain. Feels pretty good out there right now. 70 in Carthage, Miami, 75 in Chanute. Lamar is sitting at 71. We can go outside 7th and Rangeline, 71. Visibility has kicked up a little bit because the haze is down just a little bit. Clear skies for us tonight. All of our showers and thunderstorms from earlier off to our south, and we're tracking our next little wave, but that's not going to make it in until Monday. So until then, we got pretty nice weather, which includes the weekend. We start into the upper 50s tomorrow, lower 80s by noon. Once we get into the afternoon, very similar to today, 87, 88 degrees during the afternoon for a high. Tomorrow night, back down into the upper 50s once again, and then we do it again. Very similar on Sunday. A few more clouds, 87, 88 for an afternoon high. So if we break it down, pretty nice weekend. It's warm, it's not hot. Nice night tomorrow night, a few more clouds by the time we head into Sunday. But we are going to get some rain chances back in on Monday, but also notice the temperatures. Highs into the 70s for a couple days, which is going to be really nice. 87 tomorrow, 88 on Sunday, 75 Monday with those showers, 78 Tuesday. Really all week looks pretty good. A pair of 80s Wednesday and Thursday. Warming back up a little bit next weekend, but nice temperatures moving in.
Might be the nicest week I've seen in a while.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, thanks, Doug. Doug and I are getting out of here so we can turn it over to John and Brock. Friday night football action is right after the break.
Best offers of the year at Johnson Floor & Homes Labor Day.
Mattresses selling at one-time sell-off prices. You can't afford to wait any longer. Time is running out. Get to Slumberland Furniture in Joplin. You're watching 4 State Friday Night, proudly sponsored by GN Bank, Crawcan, Sticklin & Sticklin Law Firm, and Macco Builders.
Hey, welcome into another edition of 4 States Friday Night. I'm KOAM Sports Director John Dales. We've got another packed show for you as we head into week 3 of the high school football season here in the 4 states. Starting things out with Joplin, where the Eagles have gotten off to a 2-0 start before hosting Ozark tonight in our game of the week. Eagles fired up to play on homecoming at Jung Field in Joplin. Ozark comes in at 1-1 early in the first. Tigers wide receiver Brody Lawrence makes this third down catch, but Joplin linebacker Garen Berry hard hit to force a punt. Now Joplin playing without its starting QB and running back, but backup tailback Torrin Jones explodes for 20 on his first carry. Later in the drive, backup Cube Daniel Rose, quarterback keeper, powers down to the 2-yard line. Very next play, Rose knows exactly what to do with it. Gives it up the middle to Jones. He barrels into the end zone, gives Joplin a 7-0 lead. Same score later on in the first quarter. Eagles were driving, but a fumble on this zone read exchange. Ozark D tackle Quentin Combs is the one who falls on it. Joplin's defense pitches a shutout though. Eagles go on to win 28-0. High school football doesn't just get played on Friday nights, though. Colgan and Girard got things started last night at Hutchinson Field in Pittsburgh, both of them coming off wins in Week 1. Colgan at home underneath the Thursday night lights. In the first quarter, 6-0 Colgan when Tucker Harrell calls his own number and takes it into the end zone for a touchdown. Panthers would miss the extra point, so 12-0 Colgan on top early later in the first quarter. Colgan up 12-2, and Harrell shows off the arm this time. Deep shot, and Jack Schremer hauls it in for a big gain. Later on in the drive, Harrell once again keeps it himself, weaves through the defense. That's another quarterback rushing touchdown, 18-2. Colgan on top. This time the Panthers go for 2, and it's Cooper Simmons who does the rest to give Colgan a 20-2 lead. Girard needs an answer. Last play of the first half, Jake Towner finds Scott Moore, and he sprints his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Colgan led Girard 20-8 at the half, but it was Colgan who ran away with it in the second half, beat Girard 47-8, and the Panthers are 2-0 on the season. As is often the case in football season, Hutchinson Field is the place to be. Colgan played that game last night. Tonight, Chanute and Pittsburgh face off there. So Pittsburgh at home for their home opener. It was 14-0 at halftime. Chanute on top. First drive of the second half. Tucker Akins throws into traffic, and that's picked off by Chanute. The Blue Comets defense comes up with a big play. They get their offense back on the field, and Chris Harding takes the snap. He finds Caden Seamster, who makes a one-handed catch in traffic, then a big gain for Chanute. Later on in the drive, Harding takes a snap and at the goal line scores a touchdown in the quarterback sneak, 21-0 Chanute. Next Blue Comets possession, trickery. Caden Seamster throws the ball, and Jace Tarter is there. He picks up big yards after the catch. That had set up another easy Chanute touchdown as Harding scores. Blue Comets go up 27-0. Last chance for Pittsburgh to get on the board. Tucker Akins throws this one up for grabs, and it is intercepted. Long night for the Purple Dragons offense. They just couldn't put it together. Chanute goes on to win in Pittsburgh 27-0. Staying with another CNC team, one of the most eye-popping results last week was Riverton demolishing Galena 35-8. Tonight, the Rams get the chance to show they're legit on the road against Frontenac. So Riverton and Frontenac, it's the Raiders' home opener. First quarter, quarterback Cal Turlip for the Raiders is going to take this snap, and he hands it off to Peyton McDonald. He's going to do the rest. Weaves through the defense and takes this one all the way to the house. That's a touchdown, and Frontenac leads 7-0. Riverton looking to respond. Next Rams possession, Ryder Goodman hands it off to Lake Crowder on the jet sweep. He turns this into a big-time gain. Goes out of bounds. Later on in the drive, 2nd and goal. Goodman keeps it himself. We get a ball game after the quarterback sneak, 7-6 after a missed PAT. Next Frontenac possession, Turlip scrambling in the pocket. He connects to Peyton McDonald, who makes a great catch in traffic. A couple of plays later, they're knocking on the door of the end zone, and McDonald takes it into the end zone. He gets leveled at the goal line, but is able to score the touchdown. Frontenac leads 14-6 at that point. Close game all night, but it's Frontenac who ends up victorious. They beat Riverton 21-18. And that brings us to a break here on 4 States Friday night. Plenty more highlights coming up, including Columbus trying to bounce back from a Week 1 loss with a trip to Afton. That game and more right after this.
GN Bank, we're your neighbor. We see you at the store. We share with you at the
Deployed throughout many locations in Iraq during his deployment. We are proud to salute David Goff, a 4-state hero.
Welcome back into 4 States Friday night. We continue along over to Oklahoma with a crossover game with Afton taking on Columbus, who fell to Girard in Week 1. Afton ready in this one, 2-0 on their minds after they win their first game. First play of the game, Brady Robinson finds J.J. Miller running down the sideline and connects to the Titan 35-yard line. 3 plays later, Miller again from Robinson, jump ball, same result. This time he'll take it all the way in for a touchdown from 37 yards out, 7-0 Afton at the end of the first quarter. Later in the second, Afton goes for it on 4th. Robinson goes deep and gets picked by Jace Midget. Takes it deep into Eagles territory. Columbus now driving. Jack Valila goes deep down the field, throws it over the defense, and finds Midget again. Touchdown Titans. But Valila sacked later on, and Afton goes on to win 14-12. Another game in Oklahoma tonight. Galena travels to Quapaw for what's known as the Border War. Bulldogs lost to Riverton last week. Wildcats coming off a win over Salina. That border battle taking place on the campus of Quapaw High School. Bulldogs coming out, strong presence on defense. Braden Buckaloo hauls in quarterback Aiden Bruton for the sack. Defense would be the main course this evening. Linebacker Caden Porter for Quapaw swallows up ball carrier Zane Turner for no gain. Quick pass for the Bulldogs here to Turner. Hits the brakes, changes directions, gets pushed out of bounds after a nice gain in the first down. Now running back Will Miller for Quapaw answers that with a ground game of his own before he gets pushed out. Back to defense. Quarterback Jack Perry goes deep, but he gets picked off by Austin Lake. and we'd hear more from him. He wasn't finished. Later on in the game, take a look at this hit. Bam! Big time collision. Quapaw goes on to win big, 47-20. Moving over to Missouri, Webb City began the post-John Roderick era with a loss to Nixa in Week 1. They win last week. Tonight, they're on the road at Republic. First play of the game, Republic on offense. They get the ball first, and immediately, disaster strikes. They fumble the football. Webb City all over it. 2 plays later, Cardinals looking to capitalize. Omari Jackson cuts back up the middle and scores. Cardinals up 7-0 early. Tigers trying to respond, but turnovers make the difference. And the Cardinals block the punt. Brody Eggleston, recovers. That leads to a Brecken Gallardo touchdown for Webb City. They're now up 14-0. Republic trying to keep things interesting. Cardinals on offense. Gabe Johnson keeps it, but Republic's Braden Casey punches it out. Ball spends some time on the ground before Zion Allen scoops it up and takes it home for the score. Not enough, though. Webb City runs away, wins it 42-21. And back to Missouri, 2 teams that need a win tonight, Neosho and Carl Junction, each of them entering this game winless, trying to turn around their season. Missouri battle in Carl Junction. Starting things out with a quick handoff here for the Bulldogs. Dexter Merrill to big man Johnny Starks, who stumbles, catches his feet though, and takes it all the way to the house for a 70-yard Bulldog touchdown. They take an early lead. Neosho, quick passing game here. Cade Kammerer makes the grab. They inch closer to the end zone. Neosho again goes to the air. This time it's Hudson Williams who gets into the end zone. Touchdown Wildcats. They want to tie the game with the 2-point conversion. Quentin Hughes scrambling around, trying to find daylight, but all he sees are Carl Junction defenders. Tony Stewart comes up clutch with the sack. Carl Junction goes on to win 32-24. Unfortunately, it's all the time we have for you in this edition of 4 States Friday Night. Stay up with us another hour, though. We showed you 8 games of highlights. We've got 30 games tonight on 4 States Press Box. That's on Fox 14, coming up at 11. We'll see you then.